Hello, it's Tom. Welcome to another Page Turning Tuesday. This is exciting. So this is the third and final book in the series. This is available on my website now. You can order this book now. You can order it by itself if you've already read the first two books, or if you really like the series, you can order all three books at the same time for a discounted price. These will be shipped and in your hands by October. So if you've liked the series and you're ready to finish it off, go to my website, www.don'tcallmejupiter.com, and purchase the third book. Thanks so much. But now we're back to the first book. So Our Yellow Bus. This was actually the original title of the book when I started it just, 17 or 18 years ago. Because the bus was such a pivotal part of our childhood and our transition. And this was like a 1963 Metro International, and it had a very interesting history, and we're going to jump in, and we happen to be reading about the bus in this episode. But I'm sitting in my own bus. I call it a bus, even though it's a camper. It's a 1977 Argosy, which is built by Airstream, so it's got the nice round lines. It doesn't have the cool aluminum body, so we're not allowed to hang out with the Airstream people. But I saw this bus and I was like, okay, I gotta have it. So those of you who have read the book know I have a love-hate relationship with our bus, but deep down inside it was mostly love. So let's pick up. We're reading about when John drove the bus home for the first time, and everybody's freaking out, and I knew it was my mother's idea. I'm flabbergasted and speechless, and so are my siblings, who are pouring out of the house. John opens up the folding door, and we climb aboard in bewildered shock. It has an aisle down the middle and 4 forest green, vinyl-covered bench seats down both sides. Up front is a huge, split-pane windshield. The butter-colored ceiling is curved, like the roof of your mouth. There's an escape door in the back with exit written in red over the top. We test all 8 windows. Only one sticks. It suddenly occurs to me that while I'm looking out, people will be looking in. This is not normal. This is not a normal car. This is a big fucking yellow bus. What is wrong with my family? But I thought we were getting one of the cars from the brochures, I say in the quivering voice of shattered dreams. We were all set on the Ford Galaxy, but then your mother spotted the bus from the freeway and fell in love with it, John replies. I knew it, I think to myself. I didn't find the bus. The bus found me, our mother says, right on cue, stepping aboard. She sits down on the flat area covering the engine up front. The rest of us sit down in seats facing her and listen to John give us the rundown on the bus's curious past, while I continue to wrestle with the fact that it's really ours. This is a 1963 International Harvester Metro van equipped with extra safety features because it was built for the Indiana education sector where it served for 5 years, he begins. It was a school bus. My first thought is that the bus was born in the Midwest, just like me. John says it was auctioned off to a commercial real estate company. For the next couple years, it shuttled investors to potential building sites and land opportunities throughout New England. Also like me, the bus has an East Coast connection. One day a man spotted the bus in traffic and felt compelled to follow it. He made an offer that the company couldn't refuse. The bus was transported by truck across the country to Hollywood, California, where it was used on sightseeing tours of the rich and famous, I kid you not. The bus made its way west, just like we did. One night, while parked on the street in L.A., she took a bullet, John says, pointing to a small area of patchwork on the ceiling. Both the bus and I have scars. The tour guy in L.A. eventually went bankrupt and the bus was seized by the IRS. A taxi company in Sacramento bought it for a song at a government auction. The new owner overhauled it and had it painted yellow to match his fleet, but at 12 miles to the gallon, it wasn't profitable, so he was more than willing to sell. The bus is shocking in so many ways, yet I have to admit it's also kind of cool. It's just so noticeable. John mentioned something about turning it into a camper. It has potential, I'm thinking. If only we could park it out of town. Mom sighs. from her perch up front and says lovingly, "There's an us in bus." Dear God, quick question, why me? Gawking neighbors come over to get a better look at the yellow beast in our driveway. I think a flying saucer would have caused less commotion. The consensus is that the paint is the same color as screaming yellow zonkers. The crispy butter glazed popcorn snack. The front looks as harmless as an old-fashioned milk truck. You can't help but see a friendly face with its protruding headlight eyes, a chrome metal bumper for the mouth, and a butterfly-shaped grill for the snout. The logo is comprised of an I overlapping an H. It stands for International Harvester. Our mother sees it the other way around as high, which we agree is more appropriate. With its dual wheels and wide curving fenders, the bus looks like it's wearing bell-bottom pants. The rims, trim, mirrors, and bumpers are tricked out in chrome. There's not a scratch, ding, or ripple on its freshly painted, perfectly smooth body. The bus is a giant loaf of electric day-glow yellow cornbread on wheels. It doesn't look anything like a taxi. What it looks like is a hippie bus. And so I put the picture in there again. John actually does transform the bus into a camper, which is odd considering we've never been or even talked about camping. Out came the bench seats. One ends up on the porch, the rest are donated to Goodwill. John draws detailed plans and brings home lumber and power tools. This time, to everyone's amazement, he grants me permission to help. He lets me shine the flashlight, hand him tools, and keep things in place while he marks them for cutting. He installs 2 long couches along the sides. Both backrests can be raised and locked into position on redwood posts, forming 4 bunk beds. The bottoms have hinged lids that can be raised to store things below. He installs an old-fashioned icebox and tops it with a small sink with a hand pump faucet. He makes place to store the hibachi, lighter fluid, charcoal. I know, honey, you don't have to hold up your hand anymore. Tanya's going, that's 5 minutes, but I got to get to a point where it makes a logical end. So just bear with me, readers, and Tanya, we'll get there. He makes a place to store the hibachi, lighter fluid, and charcoal. In the back, he installs a porta potty, and Mom sews the privacy curtain. Every available space is put to use, and there are lots of straps with snaps to keep everything in place while the bus is rumbling down the road. John even allows me to apply the most highly toxic wood stain and sealer known to man, all by myself. I'm going to read one more paragraph. Mom takes care of the softer touches, custom cutting foam for the couches and the seating area on top of the engine compartment. She covers them in soft, light blue denim. She tie-dyes some fabrics, deep shades of light blocking purple for the curtains. She hangs a God's eye from the rear view mirror and covers the exit sign in back with a large die-cut Superman sticker. The bus with the butterfly grill is in a stage of metamorphosis. There's talk of a cross-country trip to visit Grandpa and Grandma in Ohio and Mom's sister and our cousins in Idaho during the summer. I like the idea of road trips and camping, figuring I'll just have to duck until we're out of town. So, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget you can order the last and final book on my website, don'tcallmejupiter.com, and I'll see you on the next Page Turning Tuesday with Tom. Have a good one.